Hello, this is Edna Adan Ismail sending you a message from Hargeisa, the capital of the Republic of Somaliland. I send you greetings on the occasion of the 26th of June, which is the 65th anniversary of the independence of my country, the Republic of Somaliland. Now, many of you may not know that Somaliland was a former British protectorate. The Horn of Africa has countries that have been partitioned during the colonial times. There is French Somaliland, the Republic of Djibouti, which is a French colony. There was an Italian colony, La Somalia Italiana, Somalia of today that everybody knows about for various reasons, and the Republic of Somaliland, which is the former British Somaliland Protectorate. I'm proud that my country, Somaliland, gained its independence on the 26th of June 1960 and became the very first Somali nation to become fully sovereign and fully independent. In fact, Somaliland is the 14th independent country in Africa. We all know that Ethiopia was never colonized. Liberia had its independence for settlers that were returned back to the continent of Africa in the 1870s. And then there were countries like South Africa who had their independence much earlier, I think towards 1925, Egypt also in the 40s, and others that became independent in the 50s and then the 60s. The country of Madagascar has the same Independence Day as my country, Somaliland. Now, at that time, when we were fully sovereign, when we celebrated our independence, thanks to a proclamation from Her Majesty the Queen, late Queen Elizabeth II, Lord Mountbatten was here to represent the royal family. The governor was here, and management and the running and the administration of my country, Somaliland, was handed over to the people of Somaliland, headed by our president at that time, His Excellency Mohammed Haji Ibrahim Igal, who also happened to be my first husband. Late President Mohammed Ibrahim Igal was the head of a first fully independent and fully sovereign nation on the 26th of June. But then, in those days, the people of Africa were all looking for doing things together, coming together, forming groups, alliances. There was the ambition of the Pan-African movement, which was headed by late President Kwame Nkrumah of Ghana. Now, unions are good, partnerships are very good when they work. And the partnership that we had with our neighbors, former Italian Somalia, never worked. And as you all know, Somalia was an Italian colony that was under UN trusteeship. When Somaliland was independent on 26 June, Somalia was still under colonial rule, did not exist as a sovereign state. It was part of 41 countries in Africa that were still under colonial rule. When Somaliland became independent on 26th of June 1960, Kenya was still a colony, Uganda was still a colony, Nigeria was still a colony. Many countries in Africa who are sitting in the African Union today and who are sovereign nations were still under colonial rule when my country, Somaliland, became independent. So we're very proud to be among the firstborn in Africa, the firstborn nations in Africa, sovereign nations in Africa. Now, we celebrate the 26th of June because that means a lot to us. It means a lot to us because we in Somaliland, having lived in a failed union with neighboring former Italian Somalia, liberated our country in 1991 from oppression, from genocide, from human suffering, from destruction of my country, Somaliland. And we closed our borders where Britain had left it at the time of our independence. Therefore, Somaliland is fully respectful of the colonial borders as per the Constitution of the African Union. We fully support that borders should remain where they were at the time of each nation's independence. And that is why we in Somaliland protect our colonial borders, a border that was established through Anglo-French, Anglo-Italian, and Anglo-Ethiopian treaties. And I'm sure everybody listening to my message has probably done geography and history. And all you have to do is look it up and find out when Somaliland became independent, because there are nations. Somalia, for instance, claims that Somaliland is part of Somalia when it fully knows that Somaliland was never part of Somalia, where Somaliland was the firstborn and the most senior of the two partners, if there was ever a partnership that was legal between Somaliland and Somalia. I would also invite the nations of the world to, like us in Somaliland, give value to democracy, value to good governments, give value to peace and stability, which are gifts that we in Somaliland have fought for, have died for 35 years ago. And since we liberated our country 35 years ago, these are the principles by which we run our country and serve our people. We have a strong constitution that was passed through a plebiscite in 2001. A constitution that we respect, because a constitution is an agreement between the nations of each country, that these are the codes by which we rule ourselves, the regulations and the commitments that the government has for its people and the people has for its government and for the nation. We run Somaliland with love. We run Somaliland through educating our children. We love Somaliland and run Somaliland. We defend it from injustice. We welcome those who wish to live with us in peace and harmony, and we develop our economy. We discourage all that is illegal, of course. Human lives and human behavior is there. Therefore, we have a very well-functioning peacekeeping army, and we also have a very well-trained police force. In fact, we're very grateful to Britain for helping us train our police force. We help many nations for helping us develop a system of governance for our people. We welcome trade with partners. Somaliland has a very vibrant trade with many nations, and particularly with neighboring countries like Ethiopia. It's a very friendly country that we share much collaboration with. The port of Berbera is a very vibrant, very busy port, developed through the partnership with friendly nations like the United Arab Emirates. DP World runs the port of Berbera, which in a matter of a few years has doubled its capacity for receiving shipment and cargo, international cargo, and for the export of the sheep that we export to Arab countries. So, dear Somalilanders, I want you to be proud of who you are. I want you to be proud of your nation, Somaliland. I want you to tell the world about the good people of Somaliland and the good things that Somaliland does. because Somaliland is that country that is never in the news, because we work hard, we're busy building our country, we're busy looking after ourselves. We're not in the media of the world for all the things that neighboring Somalia is famous for. We discourage terrorism. We don't have terrorists in Somaliland. We just totally discourage piracy in our waters. The 850 kilometers of the border of the coast of Somaliland is totally pirate-free. So this is British Somaliland, former British Somaliland Protectorate, as it was left to Somalilanders by Britain. We look after it, we love it, and we celebrate its independence. So, dear friends of Somaliland, read more about Somaliland. Learn more about the good things that Somaliland does. And you'll be amazed at this country called Somaliland, which very often is referred to as a very well-kept secret in Africa. We trade with everybody. We invite business with everybody. Good trade, legal trade. We look after our people. We raise our budget through our own efforts. We collect our taxes, and we look after our people. I fully congratulate the Somaliland Diaspora Council for organizing this event. Congratulations, and may there be more people like you who want to do good for Somaliland. As a very proud Somalilander and someone who loves the people of Somaliland very much, I wish you all a very happy celebrations. Tell the world about Somaliland, and tell the world that Somaliland has many friends and welcomes more friends. Long live Somaliland, and long live our friendship with Britain. And I would also like, before I hand over, to congratulate the Somaliland Council, who's organizing this event, for wanting to support Somaliland. I welcome all the celebrations happening throughout the world on the 26th of June. Every single one of you, Somalilander, wherever you are, I send you my love and I send you my blessings. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.